Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to do the cut crease eyeshadow technique. If you've never heard of cut crease before, you're going to want to stay tuned till the end because this is going to look awesome. You're going to learn some new techniques, how to really tidy up that eyeshadow and make it look perfect. It's quite a dramatic look and the lines need to be really neat. So today I'm going to be using some of the e.l.f. eye tape just to help me out a little bit and keep that eyeshadow where I want it. Figure out where you want to put your lines on your eyes. Now I want to do a nice wing eyeliner and I usually just use these for the shadow and then I take them off and then I do the eyeliner. Anyway, this is going to protect the skin from shadow and some fallout. So you can bring your shadow right up to this and even on top of the tape, and when you peel it away there's going to be a lovely straight line underneath. Now today I'm going to be using this beautiful Revolution palette that I got yesterday, and the colours in here are gorgeous. Now I did quite a pinky purpley eye before and I want to do something different today, so I might be mixing it up with some other Revolution colours from this palette. Brushes are really important here, so you want to get yourself a nice flat brush for patting on colours, and you want to get yourself couple of nice blender brushes as well. So the blending brushes that I am using today are this one, which is a foam blending brush, and this is just a very hard piece of foam. And then I also have like a slimmer brush which I will be using as well to really get the colour in the corners of the eyes and exactly where I want them. One of the products that I'm going to use, which really helps with a cut crease and is really one of the key products in a cut crease, is this cut crease cream. Basically you can use like a light concealer. It's just like a light concealer. This one, you can buy these in different colours if you want to just specifically buy a cut crease one, but like I said, most of the time I just use a light concealer. So I'll be showing you how to use that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a colour into that crease and I'm going to take it out a little bit. And I'm not going to cover the end here yet or put any on my lid. I'm just applying it to the crease and then dragging it out. And when you're doing that, you really want to use a matte colour and then use your sparkly shimmery colours on the lid for the best effect. But what I'm going to start with is this reddish kind of brown. It's called Love Letter and that's from the Unconditional Love palette. It's better to start off with a little bit less on your brush and then build up. And you can really take your time with this, and as you get better at it, you will become faster. So you can see that I've just applied a simple line in my crease, and I'm just going to copy that in the other eye. It's much better to do little bits and then switch eyes and then do a little bit on the other eye and then go back and forth, and then you know that it's balanced and you have like an equal amount on each eye. Now that I have that first colour on in my crease, I'm just going to widen that a little bit more, so I'm going to bring a bit more colour up. Okay, so if you do happen to get a little bit on the inside or on the eyelid where you don't really want it, that's okay at this point because that is what the cut crease formula is for. We're going to be going over it a little bit later on. Now what I want to do is I just want to drag that colour out a little tiny bit, just a tiny little flick. Not much because I need to save room to add another colour over the top. Okay, so now I need to pick a blending colour, a colour that I want just to stand out and blend into this, just to give it a nice, softer, blended look. I'm going to mix that with Love Potion right here, which is a kind of lilac-y colour. So again, I'm using the same brush. Being careful how much I put on my brush. And I'm just going to do another line over that, but I'm not going to make it too thick this time. And then again, I'm just going to drag that out a little bit. And then I'm going to take the blender here and I am just going to drag some of that lilac down into the red. And then what I'm going to do is just fill in that area between the brow and the last colour that you put on. I'm going to put something that's like a natural highlight. So I'm just going to be using this kind of natural shimmer. That just helps to really make some contrast between those colours. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to use the cut crease now. So if you don't have a cut crease formula, then just use a liquid concealer. Something like this with a little wand is perfect. This is what I normally use. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use this and then we'll go back with the white cut crease a little bit later. This way you can see how you do it with a liquid concealer. Okay, so you can use your wand or you could use like an angled brush. I think today I'm going to use an angled brush because I really want to get this quite defined. So I'm going to take some of this and put it on the back of my hand. And I'm going to take the angled brush. I'm just going to draw just above the eyelid. I'm going to basically accentuate that eyelid line. Again, it's absolutely fine to get it on this side of the eye because you're going to be adding more and more layers as you get closer to the lash line, but the outside really needs to be perfect. And before I fill it in, because I'm going to make that line a little bit thicker, I'm just going to try and replicate that on the other side. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring that colour of that concealer down a little bit. Now that I have defined my line, I'm actually just going to use the wand. Okay, so now I have that cut crease just where I want it. I now need to apply another colour. I'm going to leave a line of the concealer on the outer edge and then I'm just going to apply a little bit more colour just at the top of the eyelid, and then I'm going to, before the crease, and I'm going to just drag it out a little bit. Then I will be putting some of the white cut crease over the rest of the eyelid, and then we'll be on some more colours. Okay, so for this I'm going to be going back to my shadow brush and I'm going to be using the colour Movie in the Unconditional Love palette, and this is a nice sort of shimmery colour, and we can start bringing those shimmery colours in because we're now on the eyelid. This time when we're applying, we want to make sure that we don't get any colour above again, so I want to have a nice clean line of this concealer. And with this technique, because we have a lot of concealer on, we have to use a patting motion rather than a dragging motion. And you'll see that I'm just leaving a nice concealer line just in between the colours. The cut crease is a really creative design and it's nice if you like complicated eye looks. I'm trying really hard to make sure that those lines of concealer are equal on both sides. Okay, so I'm really happy with that, you guys. And now we're ready to put on our second layer of cut crease. Now this time I want to use white, so I'm basically going to do what I did with the concealer. I'm going to leave a thin line of the purple colour and then I'm going to fill in the rest with the white cut crease. So this time I'm just going to go ahead and use it out of the bottle. Remember, how far you take this and the curvature is completely up to you to customise. If you find it really hard to use it from the tube, you can go back and use your angled brush again. You really want to make sure that you don't lift your lashes or your lids at this point, otherwise you're just going to get like an imprint of the white onto the rest of the shadow and that's just going to completely ruin all that hard work that you put in. So now what I'm going to do is I am just going to pat on another colour onto that white. Now for this I'm going to be using the larger brush. So I'm going to be going back over with this dark reddish brownish love letter colour. What I am going to do at this point, just in case there is fallout, because I don't want to mess up the underneath of my eye, I'm just going to fold a cotton pad in half and I'm just going to place that underneath my eye here. Now I've decided that I'm just going to take this about 3/4 of the way across my eye. I'm just going to move on to the next eye and just replicate all that again before I decide what I'm going to do with this corner. Okay guys, so now's the time to remove the tape. And if you've applied it correctly, you should have a beautifully straight line. Now it's quite a dramatic look, you don't have to have that many lines. You can see the whole point of it is just to be able to create those shapes and layer them up really smoothly with straight lines. So this is a dramatic look. Now what we're going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of something to those white bits and then we're going to put on some eyeliner, some mascara and some lashes. Now you can see I put a little bit of gold on and you can see how beautifully that lines up and merges in with that line of concealer that I put on. Before I do anything else, I'm just going to add a little bit of that purple underneath my eyes. Okay, so now I'm going to apply some eyeliner and I'm going to use that straight line as a guide for the wing on my eyeliner. If you don't know how to apply lashes yet, then you need to watch some of my other videos. I love these lashes. These are the little mixed lashes and they are the Perry lashes. They're very dramatic, they're great for dramatic looks. I did say this was a dramatic look. And that, guys, is how you do a cut crease. Let me know what you think. Post your comments and thoughts in the comment section. I would love to see some of your guys' work. So if you have any cut crease photos or you'd like to try it out, don't forget to post me your pictures because I love seeing your work. I would love to show some of that on my channel. And have a really great day.